Success, a 7-letter word with over 7 billion Google search results. And though there is no clear definition of success for the 7 billion people on Earth, success is a constant, universal aspiration. Most of the time, this aspiration is associated with achieving greater amounts of wealth, power, or fame. The label of a successful person has an infinite range, yet the most common characteristic is the attainment of a good result in life. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ivy Lynn, and today I want to discuss cultivated connections and networking, and its immense influence on achieving different forms of success. So I'll begin by examining the common misconceptions behind becoming financially successful. Then I'll unveil the pivotal role that networking plays in achieving one's goals. And finally, I'll discuss the practical strategies and approaches individuals can employ to effectively reach their goals of success. Success is often attributed to solely individual intelligence, or IQ. Growing up, I was raised on traditional culture views where success meant getting ahead academically and pursuing goals dictated to me. I'm sure many of you, or even just quite a few of you, had to face these similar challenges. While it is undeniable that these do contribute to an individual's ability to sustain success, they are not the reason an individual can achieve the desired outcomes for their money. Let's take a look at some research. So, research conducted at the Carnegie Institute of Technology demonstrates that 85% of financial success is due to human engineering, personality, ability to negotiate, communicate, and lead. In simple terms, only 15% of this financial success is due to technical knowledge or expertise in a field. In a world where the intelligence quotient is so heavily emphasized, it is only normal to believe that intelligence and academic achievement provides a strong, clear path to success, whereas in reality, emotional intelligence is far more valuable. Furthermore, networking plays a pivotal role in allowing individuals to reach their goals. Now, I know when I say networking, you might think it is a tedious, nerve-wracking, uncomfortable, or maybe even just a boring, time-consuming task. But you'll be amazed at the immense influence it can have. Imagine this. You enter a marketplace. What draws your attention first? A store, tucked away in the corner with no enticing features, or one with a bold neon sign, colorful and bright promotions, and your favorite radio station playing on the speakers. Most of us, including myself, chose the latter option. If you did not, you have immense resistance to marketing, which I applaud. However, as humans who are constantly influenced by colors and emotions, the latter display creates intrigue and builds a connection with its customers. This is a successful example of how networking plays a pivotal role in allowing one to achieve their goals. So to further illustrate this, I would like to share my own experience at my first ever Model United Nations conference. In my committee, there were over 80 participants, and to say I was nervous is an extreme understatement. I prepared for days on end, not only in Model United Nations Club at school, but also during my own time. However, my fear of tripping on the walk up to the stage or saying the wrong thing and stuttering in front of 80 other teenagers was preventing me from sharing my own ideas. Luckily, however, the director was a girl who attended my school 2 years above me. She knew how hard I had prepared for this conference, and she was curious as to why I wasn't speaking. During the break, she asked me why, after everything that I had done, I was not sharing my ideas and just speaking a little bit. I told her that my fear of messing up was hindering my ability to. So later, when committee session resumed, she called on me, unexpectedly. I remember my heart was beating extremely fast, my eyes went wide in shock, and I kind of just sat there. But I told myself that I would be 10 times more embarrassed if I sat there and did nothing versus if I walked up and said the wrong thing. So I walked up and I spoke. Despite the fact that my voice was extremely shaky, that was my only time speaking within all 3 days of the conference, and I did not end up winning any awards, I still viewed my own personal growth as a success because from that point forward, I was only able to improve and get better. Similarly, this can be applicable to all of you, where if you view your own growth as a success from networking, you'll be able to get better and succeed farther. I recognize now that what I view as my own success was only possible with a little bit of networking. So now that I've told you a lot about the benefits of networking and cultivated connections, you're probably wondering, well, Ivy, what are the practical approaches and strategies? This is what I'm about to discuss. Contrary to popular belief, networking goes beyond simply socializing or exchanging business cards. Similarly, it goes beyond befriending an individual with the idea of profiting off of them. Instead, it should be an investment of time, of effort, of your own work to build a support system for not only yourself, but also the other person. Through networking, a vast array of opportunities can be opened up. Let's take a look at Shark Tank, a Scrub Daddy, which is an example. So, how many of you have a distaste for washing dishes? If so, you have probably heard of this sponge product called Scrub Daddy. If you have not, it is a successful sponge product that was able to make its largest promotion or debut through Shark Tank, an investment show with a panel of investors. Well, Aaron Krause, the founder of Scrub Daddy, was able to network effectively. He was able to prove his credibility to the investors by demonstrating to them why they should trust him, while also forming an emotional connection with the consumers who he knew had a common struggle of washing dishes when their sponges broke, or their sponges were not working effectively, or after a couple uses, they would just break apart. By doing this, he was able to farther network and create cultivated connections to result in the success of his product, Scrub Daddy. Similar to how his product was able to reach a success by connecting emotionally while also connecting business-wise with its consumers and investors, you can do this too by networking, by using your emotional intelligence, as I mentioned before, while also using your logical thinking. So in conclusion, networking is essential for allowing an individual to obtain a variety of successes, whatever you may view success as. By recognizing the misconceptions behind financial success, accepting the real value of cultivated connections, and using tactics to network, as Aaron Krause did in his promotion of his product, you too can become one step closer to reaching your goals of success. Even though I am unable to communicate this to all 7 billion people on the planet, and I cannot obtain a definition of success that encompasses all 7 billion Google search results. I hope that my speech today has provided you with some insight into how a little bit of networking can go such a long way. Thank you very much.